The holidays are tricky, aren't they? Because everybody has become so picky when it comes to the gifts that they really appreciate. Oh, sure, they'll tell you they love that sweater, or, hey, you know what, this gift card to this restaurant I've only been to twice in my life. Thanks a lot. I don't know if it'll cover the entire meal, but thank you. I'll tell you a gift that everybody will flip over day after day after day. Invader coffee. Invader coffee is 100% air roasted, which means you're getting the best flavor, the highest quality in every batch. It's also veteran owned and made right here in the USA, and I love supporting companies like that. Invader coffee comes in a multitude of delicious flavors like Nectar of the Gods, tiramisu, pumpkin pecan, what else? Mexican chocolate blend, and so much more. Not to mention their traditional, which is always a grand slam. And when you give Invader coffee as a holiday gift, hey, the recipient will be grateful for you each and every morning with each and every sip. Maybe a little creepy to think about the whole each and every sip thing, but hey, it's a nice thought, isn't it? Order Invader coffee today by going to toddnewtononline.com. That's my website, and clicking on the Invader coffee logo. toddnewtononline.com and clicking on the Invader coffee logo. Available in whole bean or ground, and a money-back guarantee if you don't love it. toddnewtononline.com. Click on the Invader coffee logo today.
Welcome to the Todd Newton Morning Show podcast, featuring weekly highlights from the most talked about show on the FM dial. Now, with the talk that will keep you talking, here's Todd Newton and Maria Todd.
So I like to wake up kind of early. You know, we all have our rituals, Maria. You know, when you do a show like this, there are certain things we do to get in the right headspace, correct?
Yes.
You have to.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we just start mumbling and kind of sleeping and slurring our way through it.
Kind of like most normal people in the morning, but we're going to be souped up and amped to do the show.
That's right, which is why I nap. Every day, I like to take a little nap. But one of the things I like to do to get ready and just to feel like I'm a human being is I like to get my cardio in. And sometimes it's on a treadmill. And other times, if you know, I like to. There's a coffee shop about 1.4. It's just shy of 1.5 miles away. Sometimes I'll walk there to get my coffee, and then I walk home. That's a good 3-mile walk, you know. And
you're doing good.
It gets the blood pumping. I can listen to podcasts, listen to music, whatever. I'm all about that Elton John Dua Lipa song right now. I had that on a loop the other day. Good Lord.
That's funny. I was listening to that, too. I'm like, man, back in the club days, this would have been a banger.
This would have been it.
Well, it probably is, but I'm just not there for it.
Yeah, you and I are not in the punches club. No.
No, we're out.
There's a YouTube video of Elton John just showing up someplace, some restaurant, some outdoor brunch restaurant, and they have a DJ, and they sneak Elton John into the DJ booth during brunch. And they play that song, and he starts singing along, and you can see people just slowly putting down their forks, you know, and looking up,
looking around, like what is that?
Wait a minute, Elton John. But he's still, he's doing it. He's 75, I guess, and he looks 75, but he's still out there, Elton John in it, doing what he does.
He's got the suits, he's got the glasses, man. Go.
It's all you need. But I bring up this walking and the cardio in the morning because this new study just came out, research that says a 10-minute power walk every day could add years to your life. And I know that makes sense. We're all thinking, well, yeah, I mean, cardio, good for the heart, lowers your blood pressure, drops some weight, reduces your risk of diabetes, all that stuff. But a series of doctors from major universities across the country took a real close look at 5,000 older adults, 60, 65 and over, and found that deaths fell as the physical activity increased in these folks. 10, 20, 30 minutes of extra exercise a day reduced annual mortality rates by up to 17%. And I throw this out there because 17% is a significant number, is it not?
Yes, and especially as you get older. I'll take every percentage point that's going to make me live longer that I can.
Yeah.
Do what? Eat some cinnamon? Yes, I will.
Yeah, so they looked at, I'll just pour it down my throat. You know what I had the other,
Right.
speaking of tequila, we were talking about tequila earlier.
Oh, this is a callback I love.
This
Go.
is a call. So the other night, Marky and I are at this Mexican restaurant we went to, and there's this bartender we like there. His name's Jordan, and we'll sit at the bar for our dinner sometimes if he's working, because first of all, you get your food faster, which is all I care about. But he loves Marky, so he throws us a drink or two here and there. And the tequila shots came, and instead of lime and salt, he gave us an orange and brown sugar. It made.
I bet that was good.
It was delicious. It made all the. I'm serious, man. It made that tequila bearable, if you know what I mean. So
right?
It was tasty. Anyway, to wrap this up, this research was based on 5,000 adults between 50 and 85 years old who wore accelerometers on their waist for a full week. So get out there and grab that extra 20 minutes of cardio. It's good for the soul, good for you.
He's the tan, tattooed connoisseur of conversation, and he's back. It's the Todd Newton Morning Show with Maria Todd.
By the way, we haven't talked about this yet. Are you Celtics or Warriors? What are you doing with the NBA? They just kicked off last night.
Well, let me just tell you what I'm doing. I got my brother to finally, because he'll never make a choice on anything. He's always like, whatever you want. So I'm like, no, come on. We both like Mexican food. Let's make a bet on the finals, and whoever will pay for dinner. You're working. Come on.
Oh, so you're doing it game by game?
So game by game, It's not game by game, but the whole series.
Okay,
He's pulling for the Celtics. I'm pulling. I said, fine, I'll take the Warriors, no problem. So whoever wins, you're buying a Mexican dinner as big as the other person's head, complete with margaritas, tequila shots, everything.
That's the way
Floaters.
to do it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. What's a floater? Floater? What's a floater?
You've never had a floater on your margarita?
No.
Oh, that's when they just pour straight tequila on the top.
Oh, my
Like
God.
a shot of tequila on the top of your margarita, besides the tequila that's already in your margarita.
Have you ever had one of those margaritas where it comes like in a giant fishbowl, and then they just shove a bottle of Corona in there to boot?
Yep, I've had those too. I've had every kind of margarita you can have. I've had it with salt, without salt. I've had it with the beer bottle in it. I've had the different flavors.
Well, try
I like
that.
to do the strawberry.
Try that next time next time you grab a shot of tequila. Try that instead of a lime and salt. Try that orange and brown sugar. I think you'll like that.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
My drink used to be, because I don't drink like this anymore, but every summer was Absolute Mandarin, and they're not paying me $1. And soda. Mandarin and soda all summer.
Yeah.
But nobody ever had an orange wedge.
Yeah, we do Tito's and soda, and then we squirt a little bit of that Mios, that water flavoring that you can get from Target or whatever. By the way, I need a Target run. I'm desperate for a Target run. But that way you can do any flavor you want. You can kind of shake it up a little bit, which is kind of nice.
Mr. Newton, you have changed my life.
Well, you've made my day by saying that. Let's talk. Speaking of tropical things like margaritas and such, Maria was kind enough to shoot me an email last night about hurricane names and how they name them, and some of the popular, well, not popular, some of the chosen names for hurricanes that will hit in 2022. And let us start off by saying we hope there are fewer than normal. Hurricanes are no fun for those that are affected by them. And tropical storms, they're given names as soon as they display a rotating circulation pattern and wind speeds of 39 miles per hour or more. That's when tropical storms develop into a hurricane, when they go from 39 miles per hour to 74 miles per hour, those wind speeds. So then they get a name. And Maria sent me some of the hurricane names for the 2022 season, and they always go in alphabetical order, And I thought that the Farmer's Almanac named hurricanes. I was wrong. It's the world.
No, they don't.
It's the World Meteorological Organization. The
Did you even know they had one of those?
I didn't. Listen, I've had this Farmer's Almanac sitting on the back of my toilet since the mid '80s. I just thought this thing had the answer to everything. But let's start with some of the names in the Atlantic region, all right? Over there off the coast of Florida. The first one, and they go in alphabetical order. The first will be Alex, followed by Bonnie, Colin, Danielle, Hurricane Earl, Hurricane Fiona, Hurricane Gaston, Hurricane, is Hermione, Hermine? That would be Hermione, right?
I think so.
Adalia, Jose, Carl, Lisa, Martin, and Nicole. So that's
Ain't none of them doing nothing.
Nothing. And hopefully we don't
Nothing.
see any of them. But that's the Atlantic side. When we come back, we'll tell you about some of the names for the eastern side, or for the northern Pacific side, which I like. Coming up on the Todd Newton Morning Show with Maria Todd.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Subscribe now so you never miss a beat. For more Todd and Maria, visit ToddNewtonMorningShow.com. The Todd Newton Morning Show podcast. Great talk that will keep you talking. Produced by the host with the most, LLC. All rights reserved.